think it's episode, I don't even know. I say it every time. I don't know. I'm going to stop counting episodes of 15 Minutes with Jessi Mynatt. Did I get it right, Jessi?
Yes, you did.
Good. You just
Great
told
job.
me. I screw it up all the time.
Nope.
Last names. Owns 34 Raceway. You've probably heard Jessi during the spring and the summer and even into the fall talking about her passion for 34 Raceway. You can hear it in her voice.
Yes.
You own a lot of businesses. Mission Medical Spa. Thanks for supporting.
Yep, absolutely.
There you go.
Yep.
On Jefferson.
Yep, on Jefferson Street in Burlington.
Were you open last night were you closed during Farmers Market?
No, actually, we're usually open at least half of Farmers Market because we have clients through the evening. So
Yeah. The winds wreaked havoc a little bit last night.
Oh my goodness, it was windy yesterday, so that affects Mosquito Joe too. So
That's right. You also own Mosquito Joe.
Yeah.
And Mosquito Joe, I don't even know. I'm going to take a stab. Is it you exterminator?
Yeah, so Mosquito Joe of Burlington and Ottumwa. Brad is the sole provider for that one, I guess, or the sole sprayer for that. So Brad Stevens, and it's mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks in backyards. So we are home-based pest company, basically.
Yeah.
And we focus on naturally occurring products. So we use a lot of essential oils and things like that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Chrysanthemum oil, garlic oil, things like that is what is mainly in our sprays.
To take care of the insects.
Yep.
Yeah. Indoor, outdoor.
They're all outdoor. We
outdoor.
focus on outdoor pests
Yeah.
at this time. So
Yeah. Well, they get in, so why
absolutely
not stop them first?
Stop them
outside?
before they get there. That's right.
Okay.
Making outdoors fun again is their slogan. So
Yeah. And Brad Stevens is your partner in crime at 34 Raceway.
yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yep. We've been together almost 20 years. Brad owns 34 Raceway and I just help operate it. And Brad also owns Mojo, which is Mosquito Joe. And I just kind of help out with that too. And then I have Mission Medical Spa at 506 Jefferson. And then we also have Compass Salon Co. that is up over by like the high school uptown. So, and that is a hair salon.
Yeah. Where's your? It sounds like you got a lot of babies.
I do. I have a lot of things, but I have a lot of really well-run things because of the people
Yeah.
that are behind them. So it's really great.
You couldn't do it without that.
absolutely.
There's no success, and the dominoes would have fallen before now if they weren't run well.
Yes,
right?
you are absolutely correct. You know, I have Kelly down at Mission Medical Spa. She does an absolutely great job. I have Dawn up at the hair salon. Brad runs, like I said, 34 Raceway along with myself, and then he runs Mojo. So he does a great job. And then we have Carol Smith who helps us out with Mojo.
I'm sure you have a love and passion for all these things.
I do.
That you have your passions in. But where I see you in pictures at 34 Raceway, I hear you on the commercials. You love that. Do you love being at the Raceway?
I do. And, you know, racing is a part of our history. Like, I grew up in racing. I grew up around dirt late models and things like that. And still today, if Brad and I go on a vacation, there's a good likelihood you're going to find us at a racetrack. Like, last year, we went down to St. Louis and went to NHRA. Anytime we go to Florida for, like, the racetrack promoters workshop, we're always at East Bay Speedway. We go to Eldora Speedway when we can and stuff like that. And like tonight, Brad is going down to help with the Sprint Invaders in Memphis, Missouri. And then we race tomorrow night, and then he's going to Adams County Raceway in Quincy, so to help out with Sprint Invaders as well. So we have a passion for racing. It's what we do.
As a little girl, you remember it. It was in your family.
Yes, absolutely. So a little backstory. Gary Russell, that owns Straight Line Transportation, he used to have a dirt late model, and I was always in his shop with my Uncle Rex and my dad and everybody, and they had Dorothy's Beauty Shop on the side of that late model and that sportsman car, and that my grandma is Dorothy. So, you know, kind of runs in the family there too. And
Yeah.
I had 20 on my license plates for many, many years before we bought 34 Raceway, and I moved my license plates to Iowa because we grew up in Carmen area. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And the best part of that, I bet, is at any point during an evening when racing is going on in the summer, and Jessi gets a moment and she looks up at the stands and sees them full. That probably fills your heart a little bit.
It does, and it's really nice. You know, we have some really great regular fans that week over week come and see us, and I get a hug or I get a razz. You know, I've got some really good older gentlemen that like to give me flack every week and stuff like that, and some beautiful, nice ladies that I get to see every time they come into the ticket booth, and it's just really heartwarming to see all those people and know that they've got a history there like we've got a history there, because Brad and I actually met at 34 Raceway too. So
Okay, all
yeah.
right, that's.
Yeah. Like I said, the blood runs deep in 34 Raceway over the years, so definitely it does have a special place in our heart.
How many months out of the year does it keep you and Brad busy?
12. So
I figured, yeah, all
truly,
year round, right?
yeah, absolutely. So when we race, I mean, we race from April to usually September. Sometimes we'll go a little later into October, but we do like track or treat in October as an event for the drive-through trick-or-treating event. And, right after that, we're already scheduling. As soon as we're out of race season, we're already scheduling for the next year. And, I just saw yesterday Lucas Oil 8 Mile Dirt Series just released their February schedule for their series too. So, it's coming. It comes really quickly. And then we work all winter long to make connections with our sponsors. We have a banquet and things like that. So it really doesn't stop. Everybody's like, oh, you must be so relieved because race season's over. No, it doesn't stop. That's what people don't see is even though it's a seasonal business, you can't stop working it. It always is working.
It helps you're a people person too.
Yeah.
Right? And that you all the media stuff you don't mind doing.
I don't, no. And I've taken to it pretty well.
Yeah.
You would never know me from high school to now to know that I was a complete quiet introvert. I was not that person that would have ever gotten up in front of a crowd to talk. But in college, I had one really great professor, and it was actually a speech professor. He was actually Barack Obama's speechwriter when he was in the Senate.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, and he really opened me up, and he did some really great things, and he's a cool guy, and
gave you encouragement.
He did, and he was really great, and I have not kept up with him since then, but he absolutely made an impact on my life and how I've been able to come into public speaking and talking in front of people and interacting.
I bet you talk about all the planning at a 34 Raceway, that there's a few there that have been with you guys forever that help make it happen. Talk about some of the crew. We might leave someone out. We don't want to on purpose.
No, there's a ton of people. I mean, Terry McDowell has been with us since day one, getting the track prepped and everything like that. Carrie Wyatt. My parents have been absolutely tremendous. Brad's grandparents have been great. Sponsor-wise, we've had Refreshment Services. Pepsi is one of our largest sponsors, and they've truly always had our back. No matter if we've had a rainy year, COVID year, what we've had, they've always been right there beside us. Levine Sanitation. I mean, we have a list of almost 50 sponsors, and no matter if they've been with us for 5 minutes or they've been with the track for 50 years, they're all equally as important to us, and I can't say that enough. Brad Helmerson for helping out on the track and his son Cole. Debbie giving those guys to us so that we could use them all the time. Bubba and the Beckman's crew. Like I said, I could go on forever. There is no sponsor that is any less important or more important. They're all just an absolute tremendous piece of the effort.
Yeah, exactly.
That goes on at 34 Raceway.
That annual group of friends, family, and volunteers that are always there for you. It helps you rely on people.
Well, I mean, one of our best friends, Tim Brewer and Michelle Brewer, they're there every single weekend, and Timmy's the one that mows the racetrack. So if you drive by that racetrack, you see those lines, you see how nice that's upkept. He does that, and ask for no payment for it. Just, we go out on the weekends if we can't race, or we go, out for dinner or something during the winter and hang out. And they've truly had our backs this entire time and have been absolute great supporters of us too. So
yeah. When you went to school, did you know? Did you go to college?
I did.
Yeah.
Here's the fun story for that. So I actually started out going to Monmouth College to go get a teaching degree.
Yeah.
And they were trying to move me into the behavioral disorder department, and I really didn't, it just wasn't necessarily where my heart was at. So I decided to transfer to Western Illinois University, and I got a communications degree from there.
a fighting Scot to a leatherneck.
I did, yes. And then I got a communications degree there and a minor in business management. And then a few years later, I work at American Ordnance as well in Middletown, and I've been there for almost 13 years. They gave me the opportunity to get my master's degree, and I have my master's now in project management, and that's what I do for a daily is I manage project managers.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, project engineers.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about Mission Medical Spa.
Absolutely.
Part of, esthetician and beauty. Does that go back to Grandma and the beauty salon?
Kind of, yeah, it does.
Woven?
So I always wanted to own a hair salon, which now I obviously do too. But I had the opportunity to take over Mission Medical Spa there a couple years ago, and I was a client of Mission Medical Spa for many years, and I knew, what was there. I knew how great it was and what Carrie had established. So I kind of went on a whim because I hadn't at that point owned anything myself, but I took an opportunity and made an offer to Carrie and picked up the medical spa, and that one took a lot of people by surprise because I have probably one of the most diverse business portfolios in Burlington when it comes to that stuff. But
you do.
So Mission Medical Spa, we've really taken it towards the medical grade end of things. So we have aesthetic services like facials and things like that. We also have 2 nurse practitioners on staff now that are advanced trained in fillers, neurotoxins, and all medical services and things like that, along with RF microneedling that we just brought in the last couple years. And it's just somewhere that, I feel good walking in, and I hope everybody else feels good walking in and they feel even better walking out.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And
is it a wellness umbrella for you? Like my place is
it really
here for you
is.
to feel better about yourself.
It really is. And I mean, it's such a booming industry now that there are places on every street corner you look at that now has an esthetician business or something like that. And some are better than others, but we really do pride ourselves on having the medical grade end of things, and really toting that for our business because, anybody could do a facial, but Kelly has been in the industry for 16 going on 17 years and is truly one of the best trained in all of Southeast Iowa and West Central Illinois. She is a great trainer for my staff. She is a great advocate.
If there's one name I see a lot on the reviews on Mission Medical Spa's webpage, it's Kelly.
Kelly, yeah. Kelly is our massage therapist, and she's our lead esthetician. She is blazing trails and doing wonderful things. She is one of the most kind-hearted, wonderful people. She is a mentor to me, and I'm so thankful for Kelly for that. And she just has really helped make this business what it is today. She's tremendous.
Jessi, anybody watching this might say, girl, you work too much.
And I do. You know what? We don't have kids. We have 2 bulldogs, which go to bark and play every week, and they keep us busy too. But we thrive on being busy, and we just really enjoy it.
Yeah.
And it's
the energies are going towards things you love.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I don't have things that I don't like. It's things I enjoy doing. It's things that have been hobbies. It's things that have, given me life over the last many years, and especially the spa and the hair salon and stuff like that. So I'm not going to say it's been an easy road because it hasn't. We had a fire at the spa there a couple years ago. We've had some rough years at 34 Raceway, but through it all, we've just got some absolutely tremendous people in our lives that keep everything going, and they are what keep us afloat and keep us wanting to move forward and make those businesses successful.
Yeah. Jessi's here from 34 Raceway. Brad couldn't be here this morning. He's probably
He's actually spraying for Mosquito Joe.
Okay.
But yeah.
You guys are always
that's what his day job is spraying for Mosquito Joe through
But the hard work pays off, and I'm sure you guys get getaways, and those are probably some of the best times you have together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Even though you're probably at a racetrack.
Yeah, we usually are at a racetrack, but that's okay. We enjoy going racing, and it's fun. That's where our friends are. Our friends are all race fans for the most part, and it just makes it great. So
it's Monday, the 10th. Mm-hmm. So that means this weekend, big time racing at 34 Raceway. Jessi,
absolutely, it's one of our best nights of the year, our $5 nights. So find money in those couch cushions. Check under your seats in your cars. $5 fan appreciation. All it is $5 to get into the grandstands, and we've got some really great things planned. We've got some kids activities that we're going to have this weekend, and it should be an absolutely fun night at the racetrack. We have 7 classes racing this weekend, and it's going to be good competitive racing both on and maybe off the track too.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just saying. Can't wait to announce.
Inside information. Where's the best place to find out about little previews like that?
34raceway.com, and then I'm the one that maintains our Facebook. We have almost 25,000 followers on Facebook, so make sure and check out Facebook. I keep that up to date day over day, whether it's information about the racetrack or our sponsors or what have you, or upcoming races at other tracks. You want to check out Facebook for us.
You're in a business. I mean, cars are so American, and people love watching them go fast, and they love being together watching that happen. Is it just racing of all types of cars, or do you do figure eights, and are there do you do crash up derbies at the track ever?
We do not. So we did a figure eight there a few years ago. We haven't done it again since. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and once we get our racing schedule going, it's hard to fit different things like that in. We did have our monster truck show there a few weeks ago, which was tremendous and great and fun.
You go with what people love.
We do. And, we've had a tractor pull before, and that was good. And we try to keep it fresh, keep some different things going on. But, we are the IMCA sanctioned Saturday night track here locally. So it's really nice to be able to pull in that IMCA sanctioning. This track's been IMCA sanctioned for many, many years, and they're great partners of 34 Raceway too. And then we do have like the mini hauler trucks, which is a great startup class. It's a rear wheel drive startup class, and that class is growing. It's great. We started out with 8 the first week, and now we're up to 13. So they just keep building them out and bringing them back. So pretty cool. And then we also have open 305s. We have an opportunity to sanction 305s with IMCA, but we haven't. Jacksonville Speedway in Jacksonville, Illinois races the same 305s as we do, and it's just worked out a lot better for us because we've got some great supporters of sprint car racing here in Southeast Iowa.
I'm nodding my head like I know what you're talking about when you're talking about 305s. I have no idea.
Sprint cars.
But I know you're talking about cars.
Sprint car fans. Sprint cars.
It's great, though, that, 34 Raceway, when you look up at the fans, those aren't all car fans or people that know about cars. They're just people that enjoy those nights.
Absolutely. They want to get out, enjoy the weather, and just enjoy just people. And that has been a tremendous thing, just seeing people that are not necessarily race fans come.
Drivers from all around the region. I see you got guys coming from my neck of the woods, Knoxville, Illinois, and Lewistown, Illinois.
Yep, we actually have a gentleman that's racing with us regularly from Knoxville, Illinois. Yeah. And we've got a guy that drives down from Dubuque every single week. We've got folks that come from over by Des Moines. And really, we pull people for our big shows, especially internationally. We'll have people from Australia, New Zealand. We had a couple from Spain at one point in time because they were dropping their kid off to play soccer, and they came out to the races. And, it's just been really cool to see because racing truly is a melting pot. It's not necessarily just a bunch of rednecks here in Southeast Iowa. There's a lot of money in racing.
Yeah.
And then we've got the guy or the gal that comes with the last $10 in their pocket in the week, and that's where they want to spend their money. So we're truly fortunate to have just that melting pot here in Southeast Iowa.
Jessi from 34 Raceway, thanks for taking 15 minutes. Mission Medical Spa 2.
Yep, thank you.
Brad Stevens, her partner with 34 Raceway. He also owns
Mosquito Joe of Burlington and Ottumwa.
Yeah, you need to spray on the outside if those bugs are being invasive, and they seem like this year they are more.
They're bad, yeah. Gnats are terrible because it's so wet outside. So.
Yeah. Jessi, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it very much.